Hey guys, all right, you just saw my test, but now it is the real deal. This is Katie, you know me, right? With Team EvoAZ at eXp Realty, and I have my awesome sidekick and partner here, Miss JD or Jen Duncan.
Hi guys.
You guys know her too. She's the new build ninja.
Yeah.
And she is navigating these not only real estate waters with me, but this whole Zoom live on Facebook waters with me too for the first time. So laugh at us, poke fun, tease us below. We don't care. We're doing the very best we can with this technology. And we all know that I'm an old girl. So aren't we proud of me?
You're not old. Whatever, dude.
All right, here we go. So let's talk real estate scams. There are a couple of real estate scams that have been happening here in the Phoenix area and probably throughout the country. So those of you who aren't here in Phoenix, who aren't here in Arizona, this might be really great information for you as well. To keep an eye out, this stuff could be happening in a town near you. So the first one that I wanted to talk with you about, JD, is something that's actually been happening for the last couple of years. And it's unfortunate, and we have had experience with this, and that is basically, you know, there's all these listings for sale out there, right? Actually, in current market conditions, maybe not so much, but there are all of these listings out there for sale, and what's happening is scammers are taking the listing information from Zillow, MLS, whatever, popping it into Craigslist and different websites that consumers that are unaware are using to search for property.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. And I've actually seen several of our listings on Craigslist in this whole same scenario that we're just about to talk about. And also I had a listing, it was out in Peoria a couple of months ago.
Oh yeah, I remember
that. And I answer the phone. This guy is on the other lines, kind of sounding a little bit frustrated, and said, hey, you know, I'm here. I'm ready to look at the house. And I said, well, I'm sorry, sir. You know, I'm not sure what you're there for. You don't have the appointment with me. Like, you know, what's going on? Obviously he sees my name on the sign, so that's why he calls me, right? And he said, well, I'm here to meet one of, you know, the agents so that I can rent this property. My family really needs a place, like I need to get into it ASAP. And the unfortunate part of that is that that property was only for sale, and it was actually closing escrow the next day. So
oh man,
the buyers were actually on their way to do their final walkthrough, and he should not have been there. I don't know who he was there meeting. And so what is happening is people are calling up these scam artists, and they're saying, hey, I want to rent this house. The scammers are saying, send me $1,000 because it's really hard to rent right now. It's right market. Hey, send me $1,000, send me $1,200, whatever the deposit is. I'll meet you over there and give you the keys.
Right. And people are just like, oh my God, I can actually rent a house. And they don't realize it's a scam, which is really sad.
It's really sad. And then obviously the person, you know, disappears in thin air, and so does your $1,000, $1,200. And like I said, this has been happening for years. It's not just.
It has. Yeah. So the most common things I see with that are people will send me a house for rent that says like $1,000 a month. It's like 4-bedroom in Gilbert, and it's just too good to be true. So if it looks like it's too good to be true, it probably is. There's a couple ways we can research it to try to make sure it's legit, which totally happy to do. But it's just so sad because people are like, you know, putting out this money and then finding out that they're not getting their keys. And for a lot of people, they don't even have that. They have to scrape it together just to get into a place.
Exactly. So now they're losing the last $1,200 they have to their name in order to get into a place, and they don't have a place.
Right.
So now what? Now what happens?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine.
It's a really sad situation. So moral of the story is, you know, find an agent out there that actually has a license, and they can help you sort of navigate these waters. There are different ways to find properties listed for rent. The MLS is one way. You know, there are a couple of other ways that we find these properties, but it's best to do your research and make sure that the person that's on the other line is legitimately in charge of this listing.
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise,
for sure,
kiss it goodbye.
Yeah, it's bad enough that like it's even hard to rent and people are spending all that money on application fees. Can you imagine dumping a deposit and then it's just poof, gone?
It's really sad. It is.
Yeah, for sure.
And happening a lot. So keep your eyes and ears open out there, people. Our doors are always open. You can always message us and we'll help you through, help you navigate through that.
I have that. There's a post that I have that has a bunch of tips on how to find out if it's legit. So just message me and I'll send it over.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I remember that post. That was good. So the second scam that I wanted to bring to everybody's attention is actually causing people to lose a lot more than $1,200 a month.
Oh my God. I cannot believe this is actually a thing, but I do believe it, but it's mind blowing how much people are losing right now.
Like in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Can you imagine? It's like all your money just poof, gone. You can't get it back.
And you think you're buying a house, but now all of a sudden you don't have the money to buy a house and anything else for that matter. So what it is it's wire fraud. So what's happening is these scammers are somehow getting into our emails, getting into title companies, emails, things like that. And they are actually emailing buyers.
And it looks like it's from us. Yeah. That's what the guy, we did a training on like security and stuff like that. And he said that they're posing as us, sending fake wire instructions, and people wire their money and it's just gone.
Right. So it's going to look like it's coming from my email. It's going to look like it's coming from JP's email. And you guys are going to be like, oh, cool. Yeah, of course. That's my agent. Yeah. Wiring instructions. Great. Awesome. Thanks for sending. No, we do not send wiring instructions over email. We will have a telephone conversation about that. You will speak directly with the title company.
Right.
For that. These are very, very important steps. I'm not even kidding. I think the last statistics that, or last stat that we heard was something like $150,000 that a buyer had transferred. And
I've heard more. I know. They said that the losses are in close to the billions now over the last few years.
So like throughout the country, world.
Throughout the world, yeah. Just for wire fraud. So yeah, just always talk to the title company directly and get your instructions.
Or even us, or, you know, whoever your agent is, make sure that you're having a conversation with them, that you know what the next steps are, and you're not just, got an email today, let's just do it. No.
No way. No way.
So please,
no wire fraud.
Totally save yourself that heartbreak and just double check and reconfirm these things before you start sending tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars to some unmarked bank account in another country.
Yeah.
So that is scam number 2. We've got 3 scams today, and then a couple of other little tips to help you navigate the real estate waters, because I'm finding as I'm talking to more and more of you that there is sort of an element of unknown out there. So we'll get to that later. But the third scam is something that's super sad, and it's actually happening in the sort of older population a little bit more frequently. So, you know, mom and dad retire, they end up buying a home somewhere out here because maybe there's snowbirds, I don't know. And what's happening is they're receiving some very official looking mail that says, send a check in X amount to X location and we'll send you all of your closing documentation.
Oh my gosh.
Hey guys, you don't have to pay for your closing documentation. So please call your agent. If they were a good agent, they will definitely still be there for you after the sale and for life. So give them a call and just be like, hey, you know, is this normal? I got a letter from so-and-so says, you know, they want me to send $200 here to get my closing documentation. Is that a thing? Is that legitimate? You're going to get a ton of mail after you purchase a home, right? I mean, you'll get it. And it's like 18 months later. So there's a lot of junk stuff, guys. And there's some very official looking junk. Just make sure that you're confirming before you write that check or put your credit card number on something.
Yeah, I've had some clients just send me like a picture. I got this in the mail. Should I worry about it? I'm like, I don't think so. It doesn't look, most of it's just junk mail.
Right. And we will know if it's a thing. Most likely we'll have told you about it before you receive it if it's a thing. So if we haven't told you about it, then that's another red flag that you might want to give us a call and be like, hey, is this normal?
That's pretty crazy. They probably rack up a lot of money doing that. Like, I mean, because it's, you know, $200 or so is not like a huge loss, but it adds up, you know?
You get 10 people a day doing
Oh,
that.
yeah.
All of a
It's
sudden,
crazy.
that's a better job than a lot of people have.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
Not a very nice job. Don't know
No.
if you could sleep at night job, but hey, it's
No.
paying the bills.
Yeah, for sure.
So definitely keep an eye on those things. Again, you know, here at Team EvoAZ, we're always here for you guys. We just want to make sure that everybody's happy and really understands real estate as much as possible. It's something that we do every day. Obviously, we have a great understanding of it, but we love to share that with our audience, our friends, our family, and our clients.
Sure.
I have a few other comments to make, just sort of help clarify the waters again for you guys, because I'm talking to a lot of people and I'm hearing a lot about these iBuyer programs. And iBuyer program is just, you go online and you go on a certain website. There's a few of them out there, and you put in your address and you say, I want to sell my house, and they send you an offer. So
Seems easy enough, right?
It seems easy enough. I don't know how they can comp your house without walking through it. That's a conversation for another time.
They're also different. Like you can't, no, definitely not.
But they claim that they're going to pay you market value for your property. You're going to get to move whenever you want, sell whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And really, this type of scenario has actually been around for a really long time. Investors are what they are, truly.
Mm-hmm.
And investors have been around for a really long time. So if you have a real estate agent that has been, working for quite some time, has a really good pipeline, has a really good business behind them, is very, very experienced, they're most likely going to have a handful of investors that will be able to perform this very same function for you. And you're actually going to have somebody that cares about you, that tells you the truth, and helps hold your hand through the situation. So just because you hire a real estate agent doesn't mean that it's that traditional throw a stick in the ground, I'm going to have to show my property and clean it and yada, yada, yada. That is absolutely not the case. And I know a lot of people think that's the case.
It's true.
Right. So what happens is you think that you're getting market value for your property, and that offer that they send you actually looks pretty good. It might be very well close to what you think you could get for market value. But the problem is with the fees.
Oh, yeah. There's a long list of fees usually.
Right. Now, the traditional real estate fee is 6%. Okay. That can fluctuate. That does vary depending on the situation. That is negotiable. Just talk with your agent about that. I am seeing these iBuyer programs with 10+% in fees. So 6%, maybe less to 10%. All of a sudden, what's going on with that offer? All of a sudden that offer is doing this. That doesn't even count your closing costs. That doesn't count their processing fees. That doesn't count once they back you in a corner and it's their inspection period, because of course they're going to come see the house and inspect, and of course they're going to find a ton wrong with it.
Yeah.
Right? So they've now got you backed in the corner. You now have a closing date. You're probably preparing to close. You're probably real excited because you got an offer on another house or whatever the case may be. And they hit you with a crap ton of inspection items and repairs. And what is easier to do for the seller? Is it easier for the seller to, okay, I'll fix all of that stuff? Or is it easier for the seller to just take a reduction in price again?
Yeah, right.
So what's happening
even
here?
more? Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like a bait and switch, isn't it?
Yeah, and when I got that offer on my house, there's just to see what would be, it was 10% in fees. I was like, dang, that's a lot.
And there's a lot more on top of that.
Right.
So without knowing exactly what to look for, it's difficult for just the average person to be able to figure this out. And it sounds like a really good deal up front. Oh, I don't have to clean. I don't have to worry. I don't have to show the house, blah, blah, blah.
It's convenient.
Exactly. You can still get that convenience. Just talk to your real estate agent that you know and love, that has been with you through thick and thin, that is experienced. They're going to have a solution for you, and you don't have to get raked over the coals.
For sure.
The second one that I want to bring up is, so that's the iBuyer program. There's also discount brokerages out there. And they'll say, sell your home for $500. Sell your home for 1.5%. And what they're failing to share with you, because there's always fine print, is they're failing to share with you that that is only one side of the transaction. You're still paying that 3% to the buyer's agent. So your 1.5% all of a sudden turned into 4.5%. You might as well call up that real estate agent that you know, love, and trust, or your family knows and loves and trusts, or your friends know and love and trust, and see what they would be willing to do for you with full service,
right?
With personal service, because that's definitely makes a really big difference. I mean, some of these companies, I've done it, I've tested it. You call them, you get somebody different every darn time.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
So you have nobody that has really got your back, that is, you know, it's personalized service, that is negotiating for you, that cares about you because they care about their reputation and the longevity of their business. These programs and these discount brokerages, I don't know if they care. I really
Well, they have to have more to make up the difference. So, you know, if I'm working 20 clients, I can't give them the attention that they deserve. So, I mean, ultimately, it's going to cost them more money in the end.
Exactly. I'm also seeing that when people go this route, they're not getting the advice that they need.
It's true.
So marketing, guys, isn't just, oh, do they put it on social media and Zillow? That is not marketing. That's a very small piece of marketing. Appropriate pricing and positioning is huge. Preparation of your property for the open market is huge. I can't tell you how many posts I see in the lovely land of Facebook that's like, oh, I'm listing my house next week. Do I clean it?
Like, shouldn't your agent tell you that?
How do I show my property? I heard that you should take pictures down. Should you do that?
Oh my God.
And I'm just thinking to myself, like, that is part of the marketing plan. When all of our sellers know, when you talk with Team EvoAZ, we have checklists for this. We have staging help. We will guide you through this. Somebody personally that has experience, it's usually me, somebody will personally walk through your home and say, no, take down this, do this, do this, do that. You don't
do it twice.
You don't get this with this discount, and you pay the same. It's like ridiculous.
I know.
So you're paying the same, you're getting less. And ultimately, if your property isn't shown in the best light it can be shown, what do you think is happening to your price?
Drop.
Are you really, really saving anything, you guys?
First impressions are huge. If you don't nail it in the beginning, it's just, I mean, like photos make a huge, huge difference.
And preparing for those photos. Staging,
yeah. It might take a little bit more work, but you might, like, can you imagine, like, sure, I'll clean my house for an extra 10 grand. $10,000 is a lot of money. Like, that's a kid's college savings you can start up.
Car.
Yeah, for sure.
Furniture. And let me ask you this. If they're not preparing you and telling you how to stage and telling you how to show the property and helping you through that, what about when we get to the negotiation table?
Yeah. Oh my God.
There are so many ways to negotiate throughout all of the different time frames in the contract and the different points in the contract. There are so many things to negotiate on, and so many things that you can do to get really creative to create a win for your seller. Do we really think if these people aren't visiting your home to help you with some just basic staging and basic positioning, can they negotiate in your best interest?
Right. And it's not a lot of people think, I mean, price is obviously important, but terms too. There's so many moving parts.
Unbelievable. You're exactly right. So now all of a sudden you didn't save very much, because here goes your purchase price. And these programs and these companies want you to think that. They want you to think exactly how you are thinking.
It's like trading in your car. You're never going to get what you want if you do it that route.
Exactly. All right, guys, I'm stepping down off the soapbox. As you can see, my face is all red, like I'm getting all passionate. Anyway, again, our door is always open. Please, please, please. Advice is still free. I promise I don't bite. You can send me a private message, send me a text. I'll even give you my number. Here it is, 480-250-0023, 480-250-0023. All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
Bye. Happy Friday.
Bye.